Um, Coach, you're returning as the champions of the ITCL upper tier. What are your thoughts coming back into this year, and what you have coming back?
Well, our goals are always to win the league. So that's our main goal, and we got the whole offensive line returning, which is nice, and then that way, you can let your skill kids who are going to be inexperienced, they have to kind of grow up. But our linemen being back is a very, very key factor.
And also, you say about the, some of your skill guys, but do you have Gilbert coming back too? How much does he mean coming back, being the quarterback, the leader on the offense?
Well, I think Collin's leadership skills are very important. I mean, he's going to be able to put guys in the right place. If they get confused out there, he can help them out. He has experience of playing other positions, and he knows all the routes, and he knows, basically, even what the linemen are doing. So that, when you have a quarterback like that, that's a huge advantage.
How many starters do you have back on offense and defense?
We have 6.
And on defense?
2.
Two. Um, and what are maybe some of the concerns you have? I know we mentioned about you graduated a couple of your linebackers. Would that be your maybe your biggest concern right now?
Well, I think it is because up front, when you're talking about linebackers on the defensive side of the ball, those guys are key, especially in our defense running a 40. So we got to find some guys that are going to grow up in a hurry. It's going to be a good competition. But really, what you got to do is find some guys up front. We got to replace a lot of guys up front on the defensive line that can make those guys be able to run around and make plays.
And you talked about losing guys, losing Nick Blauer. I mean, set record for yards at Crestview. How do you replace them? Can you replace them, or do you use a few guys to?
Well, I think you got to kind of look at your scheme, and you're not going to get 2,000 yards from a running back year in and year out. We've only had it done twice here, which is a great accomplishment. Having 2 backs that have rushed for 2,000 yards in a season, that's incredible. So we got to look at other areas. Do we find it in the passing game? Is somebody else going to carry the ball a little bit more? So I think there's some situations where you can get those yards back. You're not going to get them all, and he was an electric player. So we're not worried about replacing him. We're worried about our guys being themselves and making plays in our system.
And how about the ITCL, the upper tier? What are your thoughts on the league, and how you think it's going to shake out this year?
Well, I think it's going to be a much improved league. I think there's a lot of young kids that got experience last year from all teams, so it's going to be a strong league this year. I think it's going to be very competitive. So, week in and week out, I think you're going to see a better competition. I think you got teams that they had a lot of young guys playing, so those guys got experience and they're coming back and they're going to be hungry.
Okay, thanks, Coach. Josh, just want to start by asking, last year you were first team All-Ohio, first team district, first team ITCL. What did that mean to you personally for those type of honors?
Well, it meant a lot considering I was only a junior, and I think I got second team my sophomore year, just ITCL, so it was really nice to get first team All-Ohio being a junior. So.
And talk about you're part of a line that's almost all coming back.
Yeah.
How fun is it going into this year, thinking about
Well, it's going to be great because it won't be as difficult trying to teach those younger kids how to play at the varsity level and what the speed will be. So just having them all returning is going to be nice because it'll eliminate that factor and it'll just be a lot quicker now.
How much have you taken a leadership role with the team, being a senior, and are you a senior captain?
Yeah.
And how much have you taken a senior role there? And
I'm kind of doing the same thing as I did last year, just because I had to be that leader on the line. But now I'm just the leader of the team, along with Collin and Dustin Gorby and Jake Ferris. So.
And you guys, you're probably going to be looking at winning the league again and playoffs. What are your goals for this year as a team?
Well, it's to go 10-0, win the league, make playoffs, and then hopefully win state. It's everyone's goal, I think.
How difficult was it last year? You losing to Kirtland and.
No, Kirtland's a very good team. I think they should have won state, but they came up short against Coldwater, I think.
And I was talking to Coach Cusick about you have to replace skill players, but you have Gilbert coming back, and what does that mean to your team?
It's very important that he's back because he's a quarterback, he's the leader of our offense, he's the leader of the team, so just having him back is just going to be good for this team.
And what are your thoughts on the league? Who do you think is going to be your?
I haven't really looked up at it, but I heard United's supposed to be good, so we'll see.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Collin, talk about last year you lost Blauer. What are your thoughts coming into this year? You're going to be the skill guy that's coming back.
Right. Yeah, we lost a lot of them last year. Nick, Dimitri, Chris, Matt, Marniche, and we lost all the way across. We lost all of our skills. So we have a bunch of younger guys stepping up this year. We have Trevor Cope filling in the one back position. So I think we're going to be fine this year.
And have you taken a responsibility upon yourself to kind of tutor those guys and get them prepared?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my sophomore year, I played the flanker position, so this year I'm helping out Spencer DeSalvo with that, and just trying to help everyone out. Besides myself, the rest of the offensive skills are first-year starters, so I'm just trying to help them the best I can.
And how nice is it to have your offensive line coming back, that they give you the holes, they protect you when you drop back to pass?
It's great. I mean, starting in practice, first day camp Monday, they were talking about all their calls, and we weren't having to walk through plays and who's going to the backer and who's staying. They're doing it on their own, and it just helps the flow of practice, helps offense go faster. It just all around helps, because that's the most important part is up front.
Does that make you feel like you're a little bit ahead this year than you may have been?
A little bit. I mean, last year was the opposite. We had skill guys, and we were a little shaky on the line, and they stepped up great last year. They were the big reason we won. We went 10-0 last year, because without the line, you can't do that. And this year it's kind of the opposite. We have kind of a little slow on the skill guys, running their routes, learning the plays, but our line up front is definitely a big key this year.
When you look at the schedule, you guys are playing Liberty, West Branch, Beaver Local, plus the ITCL. What are your thoughts on the schedule, playing some of those big schools?
I love it. I mean, Coach did a great job scheduling those first 3 games, because people look and say, well, why are you guys playing so big of teams? And it's just like, well, we play our league teams, and then we go in the playoffs, and we have to play the St. Thomas and the Kirtland. So those games, maybe those teams aren't the level of Kirtland, but they're pretty close, and they're definitely going to prepare us for the week 11 and on.
What are your goals for this year?
Well, every year it gets higher every year, and expectations have never been higher here. And we win the league, of course. And last year we set the mark at 10-0. And we hope to achieve that again this year, and just work our way higher in the playoffs. Week 14, week 15.
Okay, thanks, Cole.